My name is Steve Vernon. I belong to a number of organizations in Manatee County and statewide organizations, and I will be brief because the speakers here today have said just about everything that I would like to say, except I want to emphasize that I'm here as a veteran, and I want to make sure all our veterans are honored. And that includes the Confederate veterans, because by act of Congress, they are considered U.S. veterans. And I know Abraham Lincoln, after the Civil War, wanted us all to come together. I want us to come together. I know that's not possible for each and every one, because some people would rather exercise political power in a violent way. They would rather intimidate people. They would rather have violence on their side, threats on their side to get their way. We would rather do it through words, and we would rather do it through convincing people that this is the right way. We want the statute restored. We want people to honor our heritage, and we want to make sure that people who are committing violence or threatening violence do not win. Thank you very much.
All right, I believe Tom Whitaker is here and would like to make a few remarks. Tom?
Thanks for that. I asked her how much time I had, and she said 3 minutes. And I said, well, you know, that's kind of a common number, since that's how much time you have to speak at the county commission. So anyway, my name's Tom Whitaker. I'm a local lawyer from Tampa originally, been down here since '89. I'm here today basically to comment on the way this was done. Now, this really isn't about monuments at this point. This is about the method of governance. And so, if any of y'all were present on that Friday when they had the emergency meeting, that was not an emergency. But so what we're doing is we're looking and saying, well, how can we get our house in order? In other words, here in Manatee County, if we really have an issue that's causing us concern, well, we get together and we work it out. We don't do it under a faux emergency crisis type of mentality to just basically overlook the rules that the commission has, notice, proper opportunity to instruct them. Check out the Article 1, Section 5 of the Florida Constitution. And in there you will find a clause that guarantees that every Floridian has the right to instruct their elected representatives. You can't get that done in 180 seconds when you've got a matter of this type of great public importance. So I'm basically just asking the county commission to hold a proper meeting, a workshop. We could have it down at the convention center like we did when we had the issue over the funding for indigent health care. We've had an evening meeting. So there's no reason to just push this through unless you're trying to avoid that kind of free and open discussion. The other thing is, in Florida, we have a section 876, chapter 876, a whole series of laws against anarchy. They're on the books for, gosh, since the 50s. And so if we simply enforce those, as we do here in Manatee County, you can never have a repeat of Crawfordsville. I mean, when you have buses of folks pulling up, popping off with masks on and shields and clubs, you basically enforce the law. You can't wear a mask. 876, you'll find it. You can't come in here and promote the overthrow of the United States government. That's anarchy. So I just want to give a public commendation to Sheriff Wells and the Braden PD, how they work together, and we're confident that they'll continue to keep the peace. So get your house in order consists of basically 5 items. Get an appropriate ordinance in place where you have a permitting process. So when somebody comes to town and stands up in our county commission and says, hey, you didn't get the message, you didn't take it down, we're going to come back 6 times in 6 weeks, unannounced. You simply say, excuse me, sir, but in Manatee County, you have to get a permit for a lawful assembly when you come to town with that big a crowd. And so that's how you keep that threat from ever coming to pass. I've already mentioned Article 1, Section 5. Build a way so that folks can talk to their elected representatives. They obviously need some instruction, particularly on their own procedure, as well as history. The Sheriff's Auxiliary or Reserve, that's an option for guys who want to be there to back up local law enforcement, and they don't charge for their time, so we don't have to worry about the cost. The Paul Revere Society is something that can be started where you're just extra eyes and ears when there's going to be the traveling road show comes to your town. And basically, you know, we enjoy our community, and I just pray that we will continue to stand behind law enforcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, so much. All right, before we bring up Barbara Hemingway with I'm sorry, I got distracted. We have one gentleman who is actually at the meeting. This bum rush is what we're calling it. The bum rush by the threats and the vandals to burn down Manatee and Bradenton. He was at the meeting and he would like to make a quick comment.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Glenn Gibolina, and I am a community activist. I have been at most of the Board of County Commissioners meetings. I was at the rally here, and I also addressed my concerns with Tom about the unlawful assembly and unlawful meeting. This is a local issue. This belongs on the ballot. If they were so concerned, they did about it the right way, they boarded it up, it should have been on the ballot, decided by local Manatee citizens. It's only a few months away. It wouldn't be that hard to do. But what did they do? No, they succumbed to threats and further protests without permits, and it's just not right. Leave it up to the Manatee County citizens and voters of this county, and not the out-of-town mouthpieces that come in and disrupt our community. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and finally, Barbara Hemingway.